Hi class, this is a welcome video to Chem 151 with Suzanne Willis this semester. You are either in section OA1 or OA2. We will function as a single class. So I will be your instructor for both your lecture and lab parts of this course. So in this video, what I'm going to do is just kind of walk through the different parts of Moodle and the course so that you kind of know where to find things and what to expect for the semester. We are an asynchronous course, which means we will not meet face-to-face at all. So everything will be done on your own, pretty much at your own pace. However, there will be due dates. So every set of chapters, we will lead up to a test, homework assignments, labs, etc. I'll show you those different portions. So there are due dates and deadlines. However, preparing for those and completing assignments early is an option, so it's going to be on your own time as far as that goes. I am very available as far as emailing, so I'm great to communicate and answer questions as much as you need me to, but we won't have scheduled live sessions at all. So here at the top of Moodle, I'll kind of run through Moodle because that will kind of lay out the course a little bit for you and the syllabus as well. So here at the top, here's our intro video, and there will be one that kind of introduces myself here as well. Here's your Mastering Chemistry course ID. So this is the course ID that you will need when you are registering for Mastering Chem. Here there will always be the due dates that are coming up. So this is just kind of the section of material and assignments you should be working on at that time. So I've already posted the first set. So what this includes is a syllabus verification on Moodle. It's due by Monday, January 18th. It's right here where it says syllabus verification. All you're going to do is read through the syllabus, ask me if you have any questions. Otherwise, you'll go on here and click that you accept the terms of the course, you understand the course, and its expectations. So that's a quick yes or no kind of answer. That will allow you to be marked as present and participating in the course. So that's a really important thing to do, even though it's quick and doesn't have to do with chemistry, but it gets you started in the semester. So after today's video, you'll run through the syllabus and then click that you are good to go with that. Mastering Chemistry, that's where our homework is going to be. So it's all online assignments. You will purchase the Mastering Chemistry code. I will tell you that in a minute. I'll show you it. You'll purchase Mastering Chemistry, that's where your homework will be. Our individual course ID, once again, is listed here. And so you'll have a chapter assignment for every chapter that we go through. So chapter 1 is due January 31st, chapter 2 due January 31st. It's always at midnight on the due date. So those two are due on that day, and that's because that's when your test will be. So your test on chapters 1 and 2 can be taken any time in this 2-day window. So Sunday through Monday from 5 a.m. to midnight the next day. So you can choose your time of taking the test within those 2 days, okay? Mastering Chem, however, there is a due date, but you can work on it slowly. You can start and stop as many times as you want to. You can complete it as soon as you want to. You know, ideally you're going through the lecture videos, which I'll talk about in a minute. But you can complete homework assignments at your own pace. They just have to be completed by this deadline for full credit. You can still complete them after, it's just going to be reduced credit since they're late. Okay? So that is our homework portion. And then they'll also tell you the experiments that are coming up. So experiment 1 and 2 are both due January 24th. We generally have one experiment per week. What I've done here is I have pushed the due date back so that the first 2 are due in a couple of weeks. That just gives you a little bit more time to get your ducks in a row and get started. So I try not to make experiment 1 due quite yet. And so that we can get through lecture material in order for you to complete that. So these are kind of the 3 portions of the course. You're going to have Mastering Chemistry, that's for your homework. You're going to have lab experiments. And then you're going to have tests. Okay, those are the only 3 graded assignments in this course. Which I'll run through with the syllabus. So up here will always be a reminder. I will also send out emails on Sundays and Thursdays to kind of update you as far as what's coming up. But to be honest, it should all be here. However, you should read that email carefully and check your email regularly, because that will be my one mode of communication to you. And I will add extra things in there that might just be helpful, or hints that are coming up, or dates that are not necessarily assignments, or if there's any changes. Okay, so please check your email very regularly, and the top of Moodle for dates of assignments and tests. Okay, if you are a first-time AB Tech student, please listen to this video right here. It's the AB Tech response to COVID. So if you already have watched this in a last semester, then you don't need to watch it again. But if not, please watch that if you haven't yet, especially if you are going on to campus. Okay, which for this course, once again, we are not going to be meeting at all, so you won't go to campus. Here is what's called the mini syllabus and the full syllabus. So pulling up the mini syllabus, I can kind of run through the course, probably the best. So here it tells you my name, I'm Suzanne Willis, and my email, because that is how you should contact me. If I ever don't respond within a day, 24 hours, please email me again, because it just went in and went out. I will respond within 24 hours, at least with a, hey, I'm working on it kind of thing. One really important thing is when you do email me, please put this section. You may be OA1 or OA2. To be honest, it doesn't matter which of these two you give me. Just so that I know you're in this asynchronous setting, I can find your material more easily and get back to you more quickly, since I'm teaching several sections. So if you can always let me know in your email that this is your section, OA1 or OA2, that will help me a lot in responding to you. Up here, this is going to be in lots of places. Your Mastering Chemistry course ID, just so that you can find it easily. It's here again. So Moodle will be kind of the hub of where everything is. You've got your syllabus, you have your due dates, you're going to have the lecture videos and all of the course materials. So as we walk through Moodle more, I'll show you where to find all of the different resources. The syllabus is posted. You will please read through it and do your syllabus verification. Email, we're going to communicate using email. Grading, so tests are going to be 50% of your grade, labs 25%, and homework 25%. Now, in your full syllabus, it tells you all of this stuff. But just to mention this, your labs, you'll have one lab dropped, so one lowest lab dropped, one lowest homework dropped. Tests, there's not one dropped. However, your exam score can replace your lowest test score if that's helpful. Okay, so you're not losing a test score, it's just your final can replace one of your tests. So the way you're gonna learn the material this semester is using my videos. So if I run back to Moodle here for you, here you'll see lecture video links. Now there's gonna be two types of videos posted. Here are the Willis lecture videos pre-recorded, and if you click on it, it'll open up all of the lectures for the entire course, okay? And you just click on them and go watch them, okay? Chapter 1 has a series of videos, Chapter 2, 3, 5, 6, all the way through the semester. They are all there for you. What I have done here is I have recorded myself writing and going through what I call guided notes. So the guided notes for each chapter are underneath the chapter module on Moodle. So you'll see what are called guided notes. Those are from me. So what you'll notice on Moodle is from guided notes down, that's my material, Willis material. Above that is just what we provide for all students. I don't talk through PowerPoint, so you can look at them, but that's not how I teach. You will use what's called the guided notes. I recommend printing these and filling them in as I talk through my videos. So what you'll do is I will actually have writing on here in my videos, and you'll just add to it as you go. That will help you to kind of digest the information more and think through it. So you can stop and pause my video as needed and fill in the empty space here. So I will run through guided notes. You'll notice on Moodle I do have the filled in guided notes. So that may work for some people. And if you've missed something, in the video, you can go here to see it. And then if I have extra practice for you, it's right here listed. Those are not for grades, okay? Those are just for help, extra problems for you to practice, okay? So that's how chapter 1 videos would work, is I'm running through the guided notes, and here are the filled in guided notes. You'll notice that for every chapter. So it's very routine. Every chapter will have guided notes empty and guided notes filled in, and you'll run through those with the videos. The other option for videos, which in a lot of cases students prefer, is I also teach a live session for 151. So I teach on Mondays and Wednesdays for a synchronous course, which means I teach via Zoom. So what I will do here is every day that I teach, I will post that video. And a lot of people like this because I'm actually writing during the video and talking through, so it feels a lot more like a normal class setting. The only bad thing is you can't necessarily get ahead. I'll just post them as the semester progresses, and you're welcome to watch these. So it's the same exact material, same exact notes, but just me talking through and maybe slightly different examples, but the same outline of notes, okay? So you can click here and see my live videos as you would like to, okay? So that's how you're gonna move through the material, is watch the videos, use the guided notes, and then based on that information, your homework will be on Mastering Chemistry. What Mastering Chemistry will look like is something of this sort. You'll click on our course once you get logged on. And you'll have all of the assignments for the semester listed. So there's one for every chapter. There are also 3 labs that are here. I'll talk about labs here in a minute, but 3 lab assignments are on Mastering Chem. The rest of these are just your homework. The way our homework will work is you have 2 attempts for each one. So you can, and then it'll keep your highest grade. If you do well the first attempt, there is no pressure or need to do the second. Okay, you can do just 1 attempt and be done. You also can start and stop as many times as you want. So don't panic that when you open your homework, you've got to complete it in one sitting. It's a longer assignment. These do take a while, so please don't wait till the last minute. And you'll see their due date. You can also complete them at any time in the semester. They're just going to be reduced credit after the due date. So please try to complete them on time. They also help you prepare for the test. So once again, you've got 2 attempts. It'll keep your highest score. You can start and stop as many times as you'd like, okay? So this is your homework place, is Mastering Chemistry. The way labs work for the class, these are the lab resources right here. So what you'll do is this is where you will find all the information for the lab, okay? So here you're gonna click on the link for all the lab resources. And for experiment 1, you'll go watch the videos and see the information I posted. So you'll watch the video, and then you'll come back here to submit your experiment. So these are out of your lab manual. So you're purchasing a paper copy of your lab manual from the bookstore, and you'll complete the pages, and then you're gonna take pictures of them, convert them to PDF, and upload them here. So when you're ready to turn in experiment 1, you'll go here and it'll let you upload it. But this first link is where it tells you what to do for each lab. So that's really important. And the experiment ones, you'll watch me go through the experiment and I'll provide data for you. And you'll just copy that material into your lab manual, complete the rest of the pages and calculations, and then you'll submit them on Moodle. So here is what you watch. It's kind of the instructions. Once you've completed it, you'll go back to Moodle and you will submit your completed lab pages. Okay, the due dates are listed here. They'll also be listed at the top of Moodle. Now labs, they will be accepted up to 2 days late. So labs are not one of those things like homework that's due at any that can be turned in any time. You need to touch base with me if you're going to be turning in a lab more than 2 days late. Otherwise, I won't be going back and looking for them to grade. Okay, so labs need to be turned in by their due date or within 2 days for reduced credit. And then tests, which are the 3rd graded assignment of this course, are listed here. So the tests are the one thing that have to be completed in one sitting. They have to be completed within a very specific time frame. And it tells you here, like chapter 1 and 2, you've got to complete it between Sunday and Monday, January 31st and February 1st. It tells you 1 attempt 42 questions, and here's your time limit. You are allowed to use your notes and your textbook and your formula sheet, anything on Moodle, anything provided for the course. However, you cannot use another person, website, other books, or resources. So here, that's kind of the pledge you're making every time. You do need to study ahead of time, otherwise it's going to be difficult to complete within the time limit, okay? If you have accommodations for extended test time, please make sure that you touch base with me about that so that I can extend your time. If it's not a college official accommodation, I can't make that accommodation. So please let me know if you do have one of those with the college, okay? So here is where lectures are, labs are, and tests, okay? So if I run back to our syllabus, so now that we have seen Moodle, these will kind of make more sense. So you've got the videos for your lectures, the guided notes that are posted to work through with your notes, mastering chemistry. Once again, these are 25% of your grade, and you have 2 attempts. You can start and stop as many times as you'd like. 5% penalty every day it's late. It'll never go down more than 50%, and you get 1 homework grade dropped. Labs. So these are coming from your lab manual for the most part. So you have your lab manual from the AB Tech bookstore. If you don't have yours at the beginning and you run into an issue having it before the first due date, please let me know. But you'll complete the lab based on the video that's provided on Moodle. So you'll watch the video for that lab, complete your lab manual pages, and then what you'll do is you'll take a picture of them and you'll use an app to convert it into a PDF. So you will want to use, there's one that's called Cam Scanner that's free, but you can use something different if you're more familiar. And you'll change it to PDF. This is important so that I can give you feedback. If it's not in PDF form, I won't be able to write notes on your lab. So please convert it to PDF, and then you'll upload it onto Moodle, where it gives you that submission link. Okay, you'll turn it in and I'll grade it on Moodle, and you can see my handwriting on there. Okay, there are 3 assignments that will be mastering chem instead of your lab manual. So when we get there, you'll see it, and I'll make sure that you're aware of that. The tests, we talked about those as well. They are posted on Moodle with instructions and due dates. Web Advisor is where you'll find your final grades at the end of the semester. Otherwise, all of your grades will be in Moodle throughout the semester. Every time a test is taken, I will move Mastering Chemistry grades over into Moodle. They don't automatically get transferred. So your homework assignments in Mastering Chem, the grades will be there and they'll be transferred to Moodle every test time. As far as tutoring goes, so it's really important in chemistry to not get behind. And I also want you to be set up with lots of resources. So I am a resource for sure. You're welcome to email me questions, and I'm really glad to help you. I'm also, however, not available 24 hours a day, whereas the Academic Learning Center is open Monday through Saturday 9 to 9 and Sundays 12 to 9. So they are open for Zoom. All you do is just click on the link and you'll be given a tutor on Zoom, and you can ask 1 question or as many questions as you'd like. You can ask about homework, you can ask about labs, you can ask about just a general question. So please use it. It's there for you. And the more people use it, the more comfortable they get with it, and it becomes just a really helpful resource. At the top of Moodle, there's a flyer for this. So up here, the Academic Learning Center is right here. If you click there, it'll give you more information, and it'll give you the Zoom link. That is unlimited. You can use it as much as you want during those hours. Thinking Storm is the other tutoring resource. It is a 24-hour-a-day thing, so you can access help overnight. This is capped at, I think, 5 hours per student. If you end up using all 5 hours, let me know, and I'll try to get you additional time. The reason you might want to use that instead of Academic Learning Center is if you have a different work schedule and you're doing a lot of your homework overnight, then Thinking Storm is going to be helpful because they're open 24 hours a day. Whereas the Academic Learning Center is that 9 to 9 hours. So please use these resources, and here is the information you need to get in touch with them. As far as the class goes, what materials you need. Okay, the textbook we will be using is listed here. I do not give specific assignments through the textbook. I don't give you reading assignments. I don't give you set homework assignments. So you are welcome to get this book new and as listed. However, you can also get an older edition because it hasn't changed that much. So if it's an older edition, it'll still cover the same material. You also can get the e-text. So those are two options that are less expensive. So the textbook itself is really just supplemental. If you are watching the videos, writing down notes through the lectures, you probably will not use the textbook except as just a supplement whenever you have an extra question. However, Mastering Chemistry, it has to match this exact textbook, if that makes sense. So these can be purchased separately if you're going with an older copy or an e-text there's different options or combinations. So the Mastering Chemistry, you can purchase it at the bookstore. You can also purchase it with a brand new textbook, or you can purchase it directly online at masteringchemistry.com. If you purchase it at masteringchemistry.com, here's the course ID you'll need. You'll purchase it, you'll make sure it matches this exact book, 14th edition, everything. You can get just the homework code, or you can get the homework code and the e-text, which is just an online copy of the textbook. For most people, this is enough because then you have it available, but you didn't spend the extra money to get the hard copy. So you can do the e-text just bundled with the Mastering Chemistry. Okay, I would say that's what the majority of my students do, is get the Mastering Chemistry code and then either get the e-text with it or get an older edition of the textbook. If you took 151 in the fall, your code should still work if you're retaking the course, because your code is good for 1 year. So you don't need to purchase another one. You can use the same one if this is your second semester taking 151. Okay, I mentioned this also. For labs, you'll need to be able to convert your pictures into PDF, and you'll do that using an app. Here are a couple of options I've listed here: Adobe Scan, Genius Scan, Office Lens. So find one that works for you or that you're already familiar with. You'll need the lab manual, which has to come from the AB Tech bookstore and is required. So the two things that are absolutely required: Mastering Chemistry Access Code and the lab manual. Okay, those two things can't be any different than what's listed here, and they are mandatory for the course. Okay, the textbook, there's some wiggle room for you there. You'll also need a calculator that at least does exponents or scientific notation, and then regular online access. There is a lab on campus if you need that as information. It's listed in the syllabus, or you can touch base with me. Here's our tentative course schedule. So it'll take it week by week. It'll tell you what to be listening to as far as chapters go. So listen to these lectures, complete those notes, and then as you're ready, you'll complete the experiment for the week and the Mastering Chemistry that's listed here. So lab, Mastering Chem, lab, Mastering Chem, and then anytime a test is coming up, it'll be in red. So every week, that's kind of your format. You can figure out how your week works best for you. But labs and homeworks are always due on Sunday nights. So lab and homeworks are always due Sunday nights. And then your tests are always on a Sunday, Monday, where you can take it between those 2 days anytime you'd like. Okay? And then remember, once again, a couple of the labs will be a Mastering Chem rather than a lab manual assignment. So I've tried to make that in blue. I'll make sure to email y'all to remind you of that as we go. And then at the end, there is a final exam that covers the entire course. And the final exam will be also on Moodle like the others. It'll just be a bit longer and longer time period. Okay, so this is the mini syllabus. The full syllabus is also available for you, and it looks like this. It has all of that same information. It's just going to have a lot more detail about the course, so you're welcome to Look through it as much as you'd like and email me if you have any questions. Otherwise, once you feel comfortable with it, you'll go do the syllabus verification on Moodle. It lists everything that I've talked about already. Here are practice problems from the textbook. These are absolutely optional. They will not be graded. It's just if you want some extra practice problems. There you go. Here is the information of how to get set up on Mastering Chemistry if you would like to look at that. One thing I do want to highlight here is this information about makeup work. So if you are trying to, or if you need to complete homework late, it'll just be reduced credit. Labs late, it'll be reduced credit for 2 days. However, if you have a special circumstance, if you get COVID, if you have situations that are out of the ordinary, please email me. However, you must email me before the things are due. You can't email me a week after and always expect that the due date will be postponed for you. If you are in the hospital, for example, something really huge that you can't predict and you can't touch base till after, then do so. Just please contact me as soon as possible. Please do not wait till the end of the semester, and we will work together to make what we can work. Test, especially, generally cannot be made up after the time that's listed. So please, I'm asking you, to take the chance to email me if you have circumstances that are out of your control this semester, because I know that everybody is experiencing things out of the ordinary. But also, don't assume that things can be turned in late. So please communicate as early and as quickly as you can when you come up with a situation like that, and we will touch base. But you can read through this right here to kind of understand the late policy. Okay, so there's the same schedule that I've already shown you. And that's generally how the course will work. So Moodle is going to be kind of your hub for all your information, your due dates, where your videos are, your lab videos are. You turn in your labs here and you take your tests here. The only thing outside of Moodle is your Mastering Chemistry, which will be where all of your homework assignments are. So please email me if you have questions as you go. Please try to stay up on material so that you're not getting behind. And I'm glad to have you in class, and I'm really happy to help you any way that I can. Right here are grades. I will keep grades posting every week. So I usually grade labs within a few days of them being turned in. And I'll transfer Mastering Chem grades over every time you take a test. So thanks for enrolling, and I hope the course goes well for you and you have a nice semester.